You just stumbled upon JK's Rewatchable Hour.
Okay. This is JK's Rewatchable Hour. I am not J Dubs, even though
Thank
it says
God.
I am at the bottom of my name, of bottom of my video. He is not here with us tonight. I'm George Muzzy. I'm going to be your host and I have joining me Eric Evans. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. And we have Miss Becky Cherwalk joining us tonight.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah. Yeah.
This was a crazy week too. Holy shit.
Definitely.
At least things, are in a better spot for you now.
I'm not ready to pull my hair out. If this was Monday night, I would have said, fuck you, I'm not coming on.
I hear you.
It was rough. I don't know if Eric knows everything that happened this week, but oh my gosh.
Yeah.
John being in the hospital was just one of them.
Yeah, right.
Monday, it was like 98 degrees out and really hot. And my kids like to go for rides after school. And I needed to go pick up a new charger for John's phone for him at the hospital because the one I brought in didn't work apparently. So I left here and went to Dollar General, which is like right down the street, right? So I'm like, cool. I went down there and I said, let's just go home because we don't really need anything, And Casey screams out Sprite because he knows I'm not going to give him any more Pepsi or Coke because it's after a certain time. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. So I went through the line over at McDonald's. I got him a Sprite. I got Molly and I each a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I come back out onto 5 and 20, and I'm going down, and I turn right where Connie's is. And right where Connie's is, all of a sudden, I see red lights flashing on my dash saying, overheat, engine overheating, pull over safely. I'm like, yeah, great. And I'm telling you, you know where Connie's is compared to where I live. It's not far, especially if you're coming the back way. It's even closer than the main street.
Yeah.
And I shut it off, let it cool down for a little bit, started it up again. I got about 20 more feet. I'm like, okay. Started it up again, and it was dragging so hard. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do anything. Now I stopped because I was right in front of the railroad tracks on Swift Street. Like, I am not going to do this on my own with two kids in the car.
No.
And I know a train comes through sometime around 6 o'clock. And I'm like, nope. So I did call 911. And I'm like, hey, it's me. Anyway, they sent two police officers out. And they helped me get from there to East Ray Avenue. And then it quit again. So they called the tow truck, and the guy whose house I stopped in front of came out and tried to do stuff with hot water. And it was so hot, it didn't want to cool down. So the guy from Best Buy came out, and he only charged me the service fee. He didn't charge me the after hours fee, which was very nice of him. Very nice of him, especially if we're going two blocks, if that.
Right.
So we parked it, and today I finally put some coolant in it, and I moved it. And now it's saying service engine, so we're gonna have to take that over to Seneca Auto. I think it just needs the battery reset.
I didn't reset it this morning.
Yeah, I think it just needs that. I'm not sure.
I could easily stop by again and just reset it.
So, okay.
Well,
that was just Monday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she was telling me about the car was shaking, and then she sent me a little thing that the guy from Best Buy gave you, right? The link. Yeah. That sometimes it causes it to misfire in that particular car, and because it was what's John have an Escape?
Sport Escape.
Yeah. Sport Escape. And so I stopped by this morning and checked the codes, and the only code it read was cylinder head overheat. So
well, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it didn't give that it was misfiring.
Yeah, is it a V6 or a 4-cylinder?
I think that one's a 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it'll if you get like a massive overheat or it's way over temp, it'll throw that code automatically.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the fan was coming on when it was running or not?
It sounded like to me that it came on this morning, but only for a second because I only had it on for a couple minutes. But you know
Yeah.
how it almost always comes on when you first start it. It
Hmm.
sounded to me like it came on, but
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah,
Well, that's too bad. Damn.
I just like I said, I didn't reset the computer in case you were going to have somebody look at it, but I
Yep.
can easily reset it. My computer has that option, so.
Right.
Yeah, because right now it still says that it's hot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
it's not hot because it's been sitting for 2-3 days, and I just
Yeah.
added fresh
Right.
coolant,
Yeah,
so I know it's
it
not
told me
hot.
it told me this morning when I started up it was hot, and I'm like, probably not so hot in the rain when I just started it up and you've been running for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. Unless there's an open in the sensor and then it's not allowed
Right.
to shut. Yeah, to clear. But
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, if I clear the computer, that message should go away.
it should. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, if it doesn't go away, then one of the sensors is probably faulty or
Yeah.
a
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
motor or something or a relay. Sometimes relays go bad to run the
Oh
fan
yeah.
when they
Yeah.
get
There's something simple.
He called over to Seneca Auto, and
never a good time.
Ray Preston from who used to work at NR Boyce works there now, and he's like, he's like, did the head crack? And he's like, I don't know. She didn't say it did or not. He says, trust me, it's Becky. She was married to Charlie. She'd know if the head cracked.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it did. It just seems like it overheated.
Yeah.
And
Right.
maybe there's a leak that has to be taken care of or a sensor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Was your gauges like pegged or does it have gauges?
Oh
Or
yeah.
lights?
Oh yeah. The hot went boom all the way up. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, one thing I mean you may know, but
And I'm usually so good about checking gauges all the time
right.
because of
Yeah.
driving pieces of crap. So
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good you do. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that part. I knew the part with your other part. The first part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had car trouble too. Wow.
Yeah. She literally, I don't think she messaged everybody. She only messaged me, and
mhm.
I had asked her, I was like, do you need me to come down? And then she
Yeah.
ended up getting the tow and everything. So I was like, okay.
All right.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna step out for a minute because someone
All
was
right.
calling me.
All right.
I'll join you back in a minute. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Start talking.
All
Don't
right.
talk
Okay.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the stuff, you
My,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned something about my car because I've had my Jeep now for um over 2 years, and I had a 2-year service plan where so many of my oil changes were free, and even after that, as long as I was under the 2 years, I got a reduced price.
Yes. Hmm.
Well, I had one oil change done right after the 2-year mark, and with a $50 discount, I paid $129.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
Can't beat that.
the oil and the filter cost under 50.
Right.
So just this past week, actually, weekend before last, I was due for an oil change. So I went and I bought the oil, synthetic oil,
Mhm.
because everything now runs synthetic.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, and I bought the filter and I changed it, but I have to reset it.
Yeah.
Well, I looked up how to reset it, but the only problem is on this particular, I don't know where to look on it. I haven't looked in my manual yet. How
Yeah.
to tell if the engine oil light has reset? Like I don't have and I don't see anywhere on my screen engine oil life, right?
Mhm.
But I knew I was like, okay, I'll wait. It went because I know when it goes like 100 miles over the oil change, like when it's said it's due.
Yeah.
Every time I start the car, it'll say need
Yeah.
oil change, need oil
Yeah.
change. Well, I've gone over that now, and it hasn't said that, so I know I got it reset.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll
yeah,
tell you.
but it didn't tell me, like on my truck that I had before this. When I reset it, I could check, and oh yeah, it's at 100%.
100% right. Yep. It'll
I
say
don't
like
know
what
where to check. I don't know where to check on the Jeep, but
the
I know now that it's reset. So
yeah. I know my wife's Jeep, his Jeep Cherokee, and she has to go in. I have to go and hit the arrow buttons, and then hit select. You just go scroll
yeah,
through the menu and then hit select. It'll tell you
yeah, yeah. I
the
did that,
percentage.
and I didn't see the engine oil life, but I didn't go
Oh,
through all of them. I
okay.
went through the one that the video showed me. I watched a little video, and I went through that one, but that might be a different year
Right.
than
Yeah.
Mine might be newer than the one that they were showing.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Different ways.
Mine is because I have the keyless start. I just need the fob in the car.
Yeah.
I have the fob in the car, but I have to push my brake and push the button to
Yeah.
start it.
To start it.
But the video told me, well,
Right.
everything told me don't push the brake, just push the start button.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I push the gas pedal 3 times slowly within 10 seconds,
Yep.
and then
That's
push the button again to turn it off,
mm-hmm.
and that resets it.
Resets it.
So that's
That's
what I did, and
yeah.
it's apparently reset. So that's how new cars are.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's what's
yeah,
tough about these cars.
yeah, yeah. That's about how the newer cars are. I mean, but like I said, I'm not spending $100 and some dollars for them to change. Now, I think that the guys that are doing the oil changes now are making too much money at doing an oil change, whereas the guys years and years ago weren't making enough money
Exactly.
because they used.
I mean,
I remember back in the '90s or whatnot, '80s and '90s.
yeah,
What an
1999.
oil change was like $30-40
Yeah.
for the
I,
whole thing,
I remember
and
doing them as a mechanic.
they had to grease. They had to grease stuff.
Did thousands of them. I
Yeah,
remember when they were
yeah.
antique.
They would now there's no grease ports.
Very, very little.
Yeah, now they don't really grease it. So what am I paying you to do? And basically, you're telling me I'm paying you to do your 86 point, 110 point, whatever point check. I'm
Right.
paying you to do that.
Mm-hmm. Right. And if you don't want that, if you just want an oil
Yeah,
change and
that's
see
what
you
I'm
later,
saying. 9 times out of 10, you're not finding anything on my car.
right? Yeah, you're just paying the labor rate is all you're
Yeah,
doing.
I'm just paying you to do checks that
Yeah.
you're finding nothing. Yes, okay. One time, they said, well, your tires they're not bad, but you're gonna need to change them soon. I kind of already knew that, but and they said your front brakes are getting down and whatnot. So I was like, okay, yes, I understand that happens. Except I accepted you, Becky.
Say, that was funny. Jeff just flipped on
Mhm.
the screen.
Yeah. What was that?
No, when you
Oh,
did that, a
yeah.
picture of
Oh, yeah.
Jeff,
Yeah.
his selfie pumped on, you got on the
Oh,
screen.
I accepted her, but she's not coming back. I don't know.
I don't see nothing from
Honestly,
her end.
like I'm saying, well, it popped up on the screen. Becky Sherlock wanted, to
Well,
invite, and I tapped accept.
maybe when we take a break, we can hook her back up on it.
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe. See, I
If
don't know if I can do this. No. I don't know. La 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 la.
You go to contacts and then send her a mess or
Back to meeting.
and then go start. Yeah,
Okay, I don't know.
I think you're right because once you start the meeting, I don't know if you can pause.
Yeah,
Can you
I don't
pause?
know how he adds.
Can you
How
pause
he
it?
goes in and adds people. Background audio, host tools, accept.
Can you hit stop on the record and then go in and try to, and then add her and then go back and hit?
I don't know.
I don't know. Try.
Well, I just accepted her request, but I don't see her coming up.
No.
So I don't know.
All right.
I honestly have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's
Meeting
not easy
settings.
being Jeff. See that? We're all giving him a hard
Yeah.
time all the time, and
Yeah.
see that? It's
But I know,
technology.
yeah. So accept
Yeah, you're probably right. You probably can't add it once.
and meeting for all. See, I don't know. I see she's doing it a different. I know what it's doing. I think it's asking participants. It only shows the two of us.
Yeah.
Yep. But it doesn't show where I can add.
I can
Chat.
go on my. See, I can't. I don't have her in my contacts. So I
One.
participate too.
Yeah. See, like I said, I don't see where.
Can you go to where it says participants and then click on that on your end and see if you can pick her up again
Says
that way?
participants. It only shows you and me.
Okay.
But then there's no. I don't see any invite. I got it.
Can you hit?
I got it.
Figured it out. Hey, there's Jeff.
Invite.
I knew he was on this show somehow. He's in the background. He just didn't tell us.
She's here.
There she
somewhere.
is. You back there with Jeff again?
I'm learning this. I'm figuring this out. We won't need Jeff when I'm done.
Did it have Jeff's picture up when you came up when you invited me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only downfall. I'm gonna have to change that crap, and I'll change the password, and we won't let him in. And we got this.
Yep. Oh boy.
We got this now.
You're gonna mess him up so bad.
Boy, did he mess!
I did that to you
mess
too.
up giving me! Boy, did he mess up giving me the email and password.
Yep.
But
We'll never give it back to him. Just change the password and never give it back.
Yeah.
You won't know what to do. He'll just make another.
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe that the guys that used to work on cars that had to do more than, I mean, now let's face it. What does a mechanic do? Yes, there are some mechanics that literally they'll have to change something. But 9 times out of 10, what are they doing to figure out what's wrong with your car? They're plugging a computer in. They learned how to run the computer. They plug it in, and the computer tells them what's wrong. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they change brakes, which you don't need the computer to look that up. But for most of your engine issues, they plug in a computer, and the computer tells them what's wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they do the work.
Yep. It's like when I was so used to driving POSs that I instinctively with every vehicle I get into, I listen as I'm driving. And if I hear something, I'm like, oh, something's wrong. And the last time I needed my brakes changed on the Explorer, they were squawking so bad, I thought it was a wheel bearing.
Oh my God.
Because I've had that happen. I had my 93 pickup had that right rear wheel bearing. Try and say that really fast.
Yeah.
It went, and Charlie was blind at the time, so he couldn't see to do it, and I have no idea what to do. So we had this other guy came up to the house, and he's like, Zeke Wintermute. He lived next door to Zeke Wintermute. Zeke sent him over and said, "This guy knows Fords just as much as I do," and I'm like, "He knows them as good as you." Zeke was the Ford man, you know. So he's like, he sent this guy over, and we didn't have the garage because Charlie's dad had everything so ripped apart because he was losing his mind there with the dementia and all that.
Yeah.
So he pulled into my driveway with his Ranger of all things, and he ripped apart the rear end of my truck. Said, "Yep, it's the wheel bearing. You need one." Calls up this place in Ithaca because it was the only place left open, and it was getting too late, and I didn't want to ask my brother-in-law to open Napa back up for me, even though he would have, you know. So
Yeah.
comes in handy when your brother-in-law runs Napa or runs the car
Right.
part.
Yeah. Whatever.
But
Yeah.
I went to Ithaca, and in this guy's, I was like, yeah, but there's a problem. I can't drive there. And he tossed his keys to me and says, go pick it up. So I did. I bring it back, and it starts getting dark, and we didn't have lights out there except for like one spotlight. So he said, you know what? He says, give me a ride home. You can take this to work tomorrow morning. And I'm like, what? He goes, I got like 3 cars at home. Just take this to work with you. And he came out while I was at work and fixed the truck for me, so I didn't have to worry about that. And it was,
Yeah.
you know, I'm like,
Yeah, that's
okay.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cars
I-
are just,
Yeah, I mean, I was a mechanic for 30 years, you know,
yeah.
and I also work on all my own cars. I've never taken my car to a garage, which I'm so glad and fortunate that I've got the knowledge and the trade and the
Yeah.
tools.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
years,
I used to do almost everything. Once
yeah.
in a while, certain things I wouldn't like we had a Pontiac, a little Sunbird
Mm-hmm.
when we first got married, and I didn't do the exhaust on it. I changed the muffler when I needed a muffler, but we kept blowing O2 sensors, and it wasn't a big deal. I didn't need, I mean, the check engine light would come on, but it wouldn't matter. That car, I didn't have to have it off for it to pass inspection, because it was before that law took into
96.
effect.
Before
Yeah.
96. Yeah.
I think the year was after 96, but that was a 93, I think it was. So I didn't need the light.
They're the good cars.
Yeah. But it just kept coming on, and once in a while you just wouldn't have the power that you had before. Not that it was a big power car or anything, but you still want what you have.
Yeah.
Turns out the catalytic converter was plugged, so I had them replace it. I'm like, I'm not going to replace it. I easily could replace it, but I'm like, why? I had somebody else. There's Honey.
Oh.
I had somebody else replace it because,
Yeah.
And when I went to get it replaced, I said, and it just happened to be my wife's uncle worked there at the place, at the shop. And I said, hey, after you replace that converter, could you put this O2 sensor on?
Right.
Just so I don't have to do it later. And he said, yeah. He didn't charge me to put it on. They just put it on, But I can't name the place that I had a pretty bad experience with my wife bought her car. She had at first she had a Hyundai Tucson. It was a nice running car.
Sure, yeah.
But she went she went to a certain dealer to get it.
Oops.
It was a Chevy dealer. She went there to get it. And then she went with my youngest daughter. My youngest daughter had looked up a couple of the used cars they had online. And she went and she test drove a couple with my wife. And she test drove a Ford Escape and a Jeep Patriot. And my daughter took the Jeep Patriot. Well, my wife liked the Escape so much that we went back like a week later, and my wife was going to trade in her Hyundai for that Ford Escape.
Okay.
Well, they ended up giving her a newer Ford Escape. So my oldest daughter got a Chevy Trax from them, and then I got my Chevy pickup all from the same dealer.
Same place.
My daughter went to get service done on it, and they told her this was wrong with it, and It wasn't. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
I took my truck there
Come here, baby.
to get a routine service.
Yeah.
And they told me they did, their multi-point check. And they
Mhm.
told me this is wrong, this is wrong. And one of the things they told me was that wasn't covered by my warranty. Some of the things were, some of the things were not.
Right.
Well, one of them was they told me the rack and pinion on my truck was going. And I'm like, you know what? I've been driving for years.
Was going.
I was a mechanic.
It's either
I
it's
think I
gone
would
or
feel something going on
yeah.
with my rack and pinion. I would know that.
Yeah.
I would think so.
So just for the hell of it, I took it to another Chevy dealer and I said, I will pay you $100 for you to check out my truck. When I got done, he asked me, so why? I hadn't paid yet at this point. He said, why did you have us do this? And I told him, and he said, I'm not going to charge you, but there's
Right.
nothing wrong with your rack and pinion steering. There's nothing wrong with it. I was like, okay.
That's
Well,
good.
then my wife had told me I was still on overnight. So how your sleep is when you're
Oh
working
yeah.
overnight shift.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
always off. And
Been there.
but I swear I'd
Still
heard my
20.
wife tell me that she was taking her car there to get it inspected, that her inspection was coming up due soon. I was like, okay, maybe a month later. I don't know. It was probably a month later. We're riding in her car and we go to slow down at an intersection. And I'm like, I thought you said that you were needed an inspection on your car. She said, I did. I got it done. I'm like,
No
something's
way.
wrong with your, I was like, something's wrong with your brakes.
Uh-huh.
So sure enough, her cousin who works at a Ford place,
Yeah.
I could tell you because this is a good part. He works at Wally's. Used to be Fusillos, now it's Wally's.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It,
I know where that is.
and I think it had just switched to Wally's. It wasn't
Wow.
Fusillos anymore.
Yeah.
He worked there. Her cousin works there as in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
We were at we were having a family get together, and he went over. We were talking about it, and he went over and looked through her tire, through her rim. Didn't even have to take the tire off, and he says, "Oh yeah, those back brakes are not good."
Oh, that's not good.
And he said, "Yeah, they need to be replaced." So we bought the brakes, and he did it on his lunch break at work and didn't charge her. She bought him lunch.
Oh well, that's a good
Yeah.
deal.
Well, when he took them off, he said, "Yeah, they haven't been working in about 6 months." So we never ever went back to that dealership again. I love their no, their sales department. They worked really well with us.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of their service department.
Yeah.
I mean, my truck came in, it had done it once or twice where it wouldn't start. And then I would just have to shut it off and let it sit a minute, and then I could get it to start.
Yeah.
I took it in and it did that in their drive through where you pull in to get it, and then they take it into the shop.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't start. And he put a booster pack on it, got it to start, got it into the shop. They came back and they did whatever I was having them do on it. And he said, couldn't figure out why it did that or whatnot. I was like, really? Well, I took it to a guy down the road. He has, and said, hey, do the load test on my battery.
Yeah.
He did the load test because I started the truck up. After I had the truck started and I got home, I immediately grabbed the 1/2-inch wrench and took off the negative cable. No, I took off the positive cable and it stayed running. I'm like, well, my alternator's working.
That's working. Yeah.
Hooked it back up. So I took it down and I said, hey, test my battery. He did the load test on it and he said, you got a dead cell. I went up to Ovid, right up to it was Napa still. Now it's CarQuest, but it used to be but it used to be Napa. I went up and I bought a battery. Never had a problem after that.
Right.
I'm like, really? You're a dealer.
Right.
All right. So
yeah, some of them people, I'll tell you.
Oh, I know.
They're just,
okay, so right now we're gonna We're right at about that time. We're going to take a quick break and come right back.
All right.
So
Sounds good. I got my ice and the
stop
dog's done
recording.
doing her thing.